World War II is remembered as the deadliest conflict in human history, reshaping nations and societies in ways still felt today. But before the devastation and global involvement, there was the beginning, a moment when tensions erupted into all-out war. Many people think of September 1939 and the German invasion of Poland as the starting line, but the causes stretch back years earlier. To understand how the world plunged into such chaos, it's essential to examine not just the spark, but the fuel that was already waiting to ignite. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, was supposed to bring peace, but instead it sowed resentment. Germany was forced to accept blame for the war, pay crippling reparations, and give up significant territory. These terms left the nation humiliated and economically shattered. Inflation spiraled, unemployment soared, and ordinary citizens carried the burden. This resentment created fertile ground for radical leaders promising to restore pride and power. Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party capitalized on the bitterness, claiming that Germany had been betrayed by weak leaders and foreign enemies. By the 1930s, Hitler's rise was directly tied to exploiting the wounds left by Versailles. This is a reminder that unresolved conflicts rarely fade away. They simmer until conditions allow them to erupt again. The 1930s brought another global crisis, the Great Depression. Economic collapse did not just affect the United States, but spread across Europe, Asia, and beyond. Millions lost jobs, banks failed, and governments struggled to maintain order. In Germany, the Depression, it was a disaster layered on top of the harsh terms of Versailles. It fueled desperation, and desperate people, they turned to extreme solutions. Hitler, he promised jobs, stability and revival, and many, indeed, they listened. Meanwhile, other nations, including Japan and Italy, they too saw aggression as a way out of economic stagnation. Japan expanded into China, and Mussolini's Italy invaded Ethiopia. The world economy had weakened international cooperation, making war a tempting alternative to despair. One of the critical reasons war began was the failure of other nations to confront aggression early on. Hitler, he violated the Treaty of Versailles repeatedly, rebuilding the military, reoccupying the Rhineland in 1936, and annexing Austria in 1938. Each time, Britain and France protested, but did little else, I'm afraid. The most striking example came with the Munich Agreement in 1938, where Britain and France allowed Germany to seize the Sudetenland from Czechoslovakia in exchange for promises of, no more territorial demands. Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain declared it meant peace for our time, but within months Hitler broke that promise by occupying the rest of Czechoslovakia. Appeasement, it taught the Nazis that bold moves would not be stopped, paving the road toward larger conquests. This illustrates a timeless principle. When aggressors face no serious consequences, their ambitions only grow. The actual outbreak of World War II came on September 1st, 1939, when Germany invaded Poland. The attack was swift, using a new style of warfare known as blitzkrieg, lightning war. Tanks, aircraft and infantry worked in coordination to overwhelm defences quickly. What made this invasion different from earlier aggression was the response. Britain and France had guaranteed Poland's independence, and when Germany crossed the border, they declared war on September 3, 1939. While Hitler had gambled that they would once again avoid conflict, this time the line was drawn. From that moment, a regional invasion escalated into a world war. Yet even here, there was another hidden element, the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. Just days before the invasion, Germany and the Soviet Union signed a non-aggression treaty with secret terms dividing Eastern Europe between them. On September 17th, the Soviets invaded Poland from the east, sealing its fate. This shocking cooperation between two ideological enemies showed how geopolitics can lead to unexpected and, well, dangerous alliances. While Europe burned, Japan was expanding its empire across Asia. Its invasion of Manchuria in 1931 and full-scale war with China in 1937 were already destabilizing the region. When Japan allied with Germany and Italy in 1940, the conflict officially spanned continents. The attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941 brought the United States directly into the war, making it truly global. This demonstrates that World War II did not simply begin with one event, but rather with interconnected acts of aggression. Europe and Asia were both destabilized by expansionist powers, and once alliances formed, the world was drawn in step by step. Understanding how World War II began is more than just studying history. It offers lessons for today. Economic desperation, unresolved conflicts, and unchecked aggression create the conditions for catastrophe. Appeasement may seem like a short-term solution, but it often encourages greater threats. Stronger responses to early violations might have prevented the war from escalating. For modern survivalists and historians alike, the story of the war's beginning highlights the importance of vigilance. When systems crumble, whether economic, political, or social, extremes rise to fill the vacuum. The world in the 1930s ignored too many warning signs, and the cost was global destruction. While September 1939 marks the official start of World War II, the path to war began long before that day. The Treaty of Versailles left Germany embittered. The Great Depression deepened instability. Appeasement encouraged aggression, and expansionist ambitions in both Europe and Asia pushed the world closer to conflict. When Germany invaded Poland and Britain, and France responded, the powder keg finally exploded. World War II began not with one spark, but with years of fuel piled higher and higher until the flames were unavoidable. For history enthusiasts, this is a reminder that great conflicts rarely emerge overnight. They are built piece by piece through unresolved grievances and unchecked ambitions. If you found this breakdown of how World War II began valuable, subscribe to In the Beginning and share this video with others who love history. The more we understand the causes of past conflicts, the better prepared we are to recognize the warning signs in our own time.